Hi, Larry. Sorry I'm late. We had 4 admissions on the floor. Of course, they all came in at the same time.
I thought you were supposed to be taking it easy.
Admissions, not code blues. It was just a matter of directing traffic. Am I going to be putting up with this mother hen routine from you the whole time until his baby's born? No, all right.
Be careful.
You start by taking that frown off your face for me.
This is not for you. This is for Viki. You know, those blood types between Christine and Viki, they don't match.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I know that. I know. That's what I told Clint. I even suggested we talk to Viki, you know, and he's absolutely opposed to that. So, I decided to take a little action myself.
What kind of action?
I called Leo Cromwell, asked him to come down here, told him it was about his daughter.
Well, what do you think that Leo Cromwell is going to tell you?
Well, nothing. Huh? That's why I can't, you know, totally be honest with the man.
Oh, Larry.
I know. I hate using subterfuge. I'm no good at it, but Brenda, if I'm straight with Leo and I tell him that I have doubts about his daughter being Viki's daughter, he's going to clam up and we're never going to learn the truth.
So you're going to trick him, right?
I don't have any other recourse. So I was kind of hoping you might help me. All right, so what do you think?
Oh, these are fantastic. I love the mood of this one and the lighting.
Yeah.
Oh. The photo editor didn't use these for the story, did he?
Very good. Can you tell me why not?
Because they don't punch up the story the reporter was trying to tell.
Exactly. See how different the points of view are in these 2 different pictures?
Yeah. I'm just not sure I'm ever going to get it right.
Don't worry about it. In time, it'll become second nature. Welcome back. Hey, Mr. Gordon. How you doing?
Traitor.
Oh, Christine.
When I told you I admired you all my life, I was telling the truth. But now that I know what kind of a man you really are, I have no respect for you at all.
I assume you're referring to my column.
It wasn't a column. It was a vicious attack on my father. He is an honest, wonderful man, and you had no right to lie about him. No right at all.
I spent some time at Llanview while Tina was on trial for the murder of Maria Roberts. And I learned quite a lot about Viki. The main thing was that she is the most honorable woman I've ever met.
So?
So, why doesn't her father trust her? Why would he have a whole year of her memory erased? I would never do that to my child.
No, is this another change of heart you're having, Gabrielle?
No, of course not. I just don't understand why a parent would do that.
Listen, Victor Lord needed to protect the secret of Eterna. But he also probably had Vicky's welfare in mind. She had just triggered an explosion that killed her own lover. I don't imagine he wanted her to spend her life blaming herself for that.
Do you think it's possible that Victor Lord found a way to remove the gold from the mountain?
Trust me, the gold is in the mountain. And if Lysander is cooperative, it's going to be ours very soon. Come on.
Sweetheart, the contract you want... I thought you came in here to fix us a sandwich.
Oh, yes. Well, we'll stop on the way and we'll pick one up.
On the way where?
We're going to New York.
Why?
Because that's where Lysander Clair has surfaced. Look, he's appearing in a club called the Magic Lantern there.
Hasn't he caused us enough problems?
Honey, I have to talk to him. Look, once he finds out that I know about Nikki Smith's episode in New York, that I know I have a child, that I've even met my child, I'm sure he'll be willing to cooperate with me.
I doubt that the man will even talk to you.
Why? He's fulfilled his pledge to my father that he never reveal whatever happened. Leo's explained everything to me. I mean, there's nothing to stop him from telling me the truth now.
You already know the truth.
No, I don't. I only know part of it. I still don't know what caused Nikki Smith to appear in the first place, and that is the final piece of the puzzle. I cannot stop searching until I know what happened.
Instead of us going to New York, we'll call Rafe, have him contact the New York Police Department. They can arrest Lysander Clair, and they can extradite him to Llanview.
We can't do that.
Why the hell can't we? The man committed a crime. He conspired to destroy your memory, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let him get away with it. Now, he could just do his next magic show in the county jail.
Honey, look, I'm not condoning what he did. I know it was wrong, but having him arrested isn't going to help me. There are too many questions that I need answers for, too many dreams I need explained. I mean, I have these dreams over and over every night.
About that pin that you gave a high school friend to keep for you?
Well, that and other dreams, too. And each dream is stranger and more mysterious than the one before. And the one last night, well, that was the worst. I'm in this long, dark tunnel. And there's somebody else very deep inside the tunnel that I'm trying to get to.
It's your father.
No, it's not my father. I can't see his face. I'm tremendously desirous of reaching this person. So obviously, I know him, but I have no idea who it is.
Does he say anything to you?
Yes. He calls out to me, "You shouldn't have come here, Victoria." But I don't know what he's talking about. And then my father's calling to me to come back. And I'm standing there. And then alarms are going off. And I wake up terrified.
Honey, maybe this is something that you should discuss with a psychiatrist.
No, the man who can help me is Lysander Clair. I know that.
You're asking for trouble.
Clint, my father paid him to lock up my mind. Well, I will pay him, or I will do whatever is necessary to get him to unlock it.
You were hurt before. I don't want to see you hurt again.
I'm going to New York, darling, and I want you to come with me, please. I know it's not going to be easy. I need you there to help me, please. I cannot live with these fears and these doubts anymore. I have to know the truth.
Vicky is my dearest friend. And if Leo Cromwell is pulling some kind of scam, then I want to get to the bottom of it for her sake.
And your sake.
Yes, all right. Yes, I have a great stake in this. Because if I'm right and if I can prove it, well, I might go a long way to repairing some of the damage I did by keeping things secret from Vicky all those years.
Larry, I know how much you love Vicky, and I know how important that friendship is to you, but
Brenda,
I don't
it's not
think...
just friendship. Vicky's whole future depends on this. Because if Christine is not Vicky's daughter, then she's got a right to know about it.
Well, why can't Clint do something? Or Bo, or Asa?
I think this is the easiest, the most accurate way to find the truth.
Well, I think you better be very careful, because it could do a lot more harm than good if you're wrong, Larry.
I know. And if Christine's blood type matches Leo's, then I won't say a word. Vicky will never hear from him.
Yeah, well, what if he gets suspect of you and he goes and tells her about this, huh?
Then she'll probably never talk to me again.
And that's a very, very big risk.
I don't have any other choice.
Oh, Larry.
Look, if you want to drop out of this, just say the word. I'll understand.
No, I don't. I want to do whatever I can do to help you, but I think you're on the wrong track here. It is one thing if Leo Cromwell tries to pass off some worthless artifact as the real McCoy, but to lie to his daughter about who her mother is and then to lie to her again, now, I don't think that anybody would ever be that cruel, Larry.
Come in.
You're supposed to be a man of integrity, a man who cares about the truth.
I care very much about the truth.
Bull, all you care about is publicity for your organization, even if it's at the expense of a man who has devoted his entire life to his work. You don't happen to agree with my father, so you branded him a liar in your column.
Christine, I'm sorry you've been hurt. But there are no papers of Benjamin Franklin's buried on Lantano Mountain.
And what makes you such an expert? Are you a historian, an archaeologist?
No, but there are historians and archaeologists who agree with me.
Probably the same ones who said nobody'd find the tomb of King Tut.
This is one time I'd give anything to be wrong, especially for your sake.
You are wrong. And my father's going to prove it when he finds those papers. And when he does, I hope he takes you to court for libeling him and sues you for everything you own.
Sorry about her. She's been through an awful lot. First she was attacked, she ended up in the hospital, finds out that Vicky is her mother.
You don't need to apologize for her defense of Leo. I admire her devotion, whether he deserves it or not. I just wonder if some terrible truth were to come out about me someday, whether my daughters would come as quickly to my defense.
Well, from what I'm seeing, I don't think you've got to worry about that. Besides, I don't think you have any of those deep, dark secrets hanging around, do you?
Everyone has secrets, Gordon. Some worse than others.
Just the two men I've been looking for.
Hi, sweetie. Megan. Nice coat.
Thanks. Dad, can I have a few minutes with Court? Then I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Well, I'm still behind on my columns, so maybe the coffee can wait until after I'm finished, okay?
Okay, sure. Well, asking for help is a new experience for me, but I don't know where else to go, who else to ask.
So, what's up? Is it Sarah?
Oh, no, she's fine. She's still a little shaken by that incident with Ursula, but she's getting over it. Max that I need some help with.
Well, how can I help you there?
Well, he just doesn't seem to be able to come to terms with his brother's death. I was sure that once they got Ursula all locked up that things would be better for him, but I don't know, things are getting worse. He's now gotten it into his head that he wants to move to Texas.
Wait a minute. What the hell is Max going to do in Texas?
He says he wants to buy the old family homestead and turn it into the success that Steve promised it could be.
Oh, boy.
You know, I don't know what to do. I have tried everything, and I just can't get through to him. Maybe you could talk to him, Cord. Convince him to stay for a little while until his pain and his grief goes away. Then he could think more rationally about this ranch business.
You know, Max is a man who makes up his own mind. He doesn't pay much attention to anybody's advice.
I know, but I know that he would listen to you, Cord. Please, you're my only hope.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll give it my best shot.
Is there something about Christine's injury that you haven't told me?
No. She's recovering remarkably well.
Well, then what's this all about?
Please, sit down. Mr. Cromwell, when we performed surgery, we found it necessary to do a blood transfusion also, 2 pints of blood to be exact.
Nobody told me that. Didn't you have to ask my permission?
Well, Christine's an adult, and she did know that it was possible that it would be necessary.
Was there something wrong with the blood you gave her?
No, not a thing. We run a battery of tests, every test possible to make sure that blood is safe. No, you see, if we're to keep our supply constant at the hospital, then we like to ask the relatives of patients to donate blood so that if there is an emergency, other people will be able to use it.
There's no risk, Mr. Cromwell, and I promise I won't hurt you.
And you want me to do that now?
Well, it wouldn't take very long.
Well, I'm very grateful that you had blood on hand when Christine needed it, but I'm very busy right now with my dig on Lantana Mountain.
You can't spare a few minutes?
Not today.
Well, could you tell us what your blood type is? That would be a big help.
I don't know what it is.
Does it match your daughter's?
Well, I assume it does. I am her father.
Oh, no problem. Then we'll just prick your finger, take a little blood sample, and then you can come back later when you have some free time.
Actually, I don't think that my blood would be safe for you to use.
Why not?
Because I contracted a kind of jungle fever when I was in Brazil.
What happened?
Well, I was in the jungle in the middle of nowhere, but I made a herb concoction and cured myself, but I'm pretty sure that my blood wouldn't be safe for your patients to use.
Oh, Mr. Cromwell, excuse me, one sec. You could have a relapse if that disease is still in your system, so why don't you let us take the blood sample, and if we can prove that it is there, then I can give you medication and cure you once and for all.
Well, that's very kind of you. Perhaps one day when I have time.
Mr. Cromwell.
I know you are afraid that Lysander Clair will get Nicky Smith to come out again, and I can't promise you that it won't happen, but I sincerely doubt that it will, because I'm too strong now. I'm much too much in control of my own life.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Besides, it is a chance I simply have to take.
All right, I know that you're going to keep looking for the truth, whether I go along with you or not. All right, I'll do whatever I can to help you.
Oh, gosh. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you.
Honey, look, I know that you're putting an awful lot of weight on this newest dream of yours, but it's very possible that it doesn't have anything at all to do with the past.
And why is my father there?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with reality. Maybe it's only symbolic. That's all.
Honey, when you lost your sight, you told me that you had in your mind a series of photographs of the people that you loved, the places that you knew, right?
That's right, yeah.
This dream last night was not a dream. It was like a photograph in my mind.
Victoria! You shouldn't have come here!
I can hear that man's voice ringing in my ears, and I don't know who it is. Lysander Clair can tell me who it is. I'm sure of it.
All right. Then let's go see Mr. Lysander Clair.
Hey, sweetie, you ready for that cup of java?
Hi, did you finish your column?
Yeah, and I hope this one won't be as controversial as the last one.
I have never known you to back away from anything.
Yeah, well, I'm just not sure how to deal with this one.
Well, is there anything I can do to help?
No, but thanks for offering.
I thought maybe you could help me with something.
What does my strong, independent daughter want her daddy's help with?
Well, actually, I could use my mother's help right now. Times like these, this is when I really miss her.
Does this have anything to do with Max?
Yes. I really love him, Dad. You know, he's the first person that I've really cared about. Maybe I thought that I did in the past, but it was just Megan, the actress, over-dramatizing things. I'm having real feelings about him now, and I'm so worried that I'm going to make some stupid move and blow everything.
Well, I'm not exactly an expert on this, but I know that if you're honest about your feelings and trust your love, that's a good beginning.
And then the right moves just happen?
Well, it doesn't hurt to give a little thought to the consequences of your actions.
Well, if Max moves to Texas, then I'm going with him, no matter what the consequences.
Max is moving to Texas?
Well, yes, he's thinking of it. And I must say that being a rancher's wife is not what I had in mind for my future. But I would rather be in Texas with Max than anywhere else in the world without him. Dad, you don't like Max?
No.
If that's the case, I couldn't live with that at all.
No, I think he's a fine young man, but I think you should give your relationship a little more time to grow before you go sacrificing your career. And Max needs time to work through his grief before he sets out for Texas or anywhere else.
Is that a father afraid of losing his daughter talking?
Well, yes, partly, but it's also a man who knows that you can't build a life on grief and guilt. And besides, Max will come to realize that his place is here in Llanview, and so is yours. Now, I don't claim to be perfect.
Well, thank God for that.
But I know I'm right about you and Max.
Well, I hope you are. But I have my mind set. Wherever Max goes, I go.
You think he's hiding something, don't you?
Well, you think I'm being paranoid?
No. I think he's lying, too. But for the life of me, I cannot figure out why. I mean, he almost lost his daughter for sure when he told her that Viki was her mother. Now, to tell her that that was a lie, he is definitely going to lose her. And then what that's going to do to Viki, God knows. But why would he want to hurt those people like that?
My guess is the money. I think that he and Christine have never had much, and he saw a chance to set Christine up for life. And I think if anything goes wrong, he'd always say that he did it out of love for his daughter.
Knock, knock.
Oh, Vera.
The young lady who helped you with the Great Escape.
How did you know about that?
I got my sources.
And yet you still recommended that the physical therapy department hire me.
Hey, good physical therapists are hard to find. How'd the interview go?
Well, he offered me a job, and I accepted.
All right.
You're going to be staying here in Llanview?
It's official.
Well, that's great. Welcome home.
Congratulations.
Oh, Larry, it's great to be home. I never realized how much I missed Llanview when I moved out west.
Yeah, and Dennis is going to stay here, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, he's out job hunting right now.
Is he? Boy, is it going to be good having you around here,
Oh,
girl.
thanks. And thanks for your kind words.
Come on, don't be silly. It's favorite.
Why don't we go have a cup of tea and celebrate this thing?
Oh, I can't. I have to meet Dennis in 15 minutes.
Okay, well, whenever you have time, call me and we'll get together, okay?
Oh, great.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
See ya.
Bye, Vera.
That's great. Sure, I'm glad that everything's working out so well for them.
Yeah, I just wish I could find a way to help Viki.
Well, I don't think that you should rely on Leon Cromwell to help you. That's what I think.
There's got to be a way to find out the truth about Christine.
You're a little early, folks. The first show doesn't begin for another hour.
That's all right. We'd like to wait as long as we can have a drink.
What's your pleasure?
2 scotch and sodas. Make sure it's your best scotch.
Yes, sir. Sit anywhere you like.
Right.
Thank you. I think we should go to Lysander's dressing room before anyone else arrives.
No, I think we should talk to him after the show.
I didn't know you were that serious about watching the show.
I'm not. I want to get a fix on this Lysander character before I talk to him. He had disappeared from Llanview before I had a chance to listen to Victor's tape.
You think he can help you? What if he doesn't want to?
Well, I intend to write him a check that he can't refuse.
And what if he refuses to bring Nikki out?
Well, there are 2 people who know where this tunnel is. Nikki Smith and Viki Buchanan. So if Lysander is unwilling or for some reason unable to bring Nikki out, then he could restore Viki's memory of the young lover and the explosion in the tunnel.
Well, I still think it would be safer for us if he just brought Nikki out.
Why?
Because then we could get the information that we know, then he could return her to Viki without her having a clue of all the secrets that she told us. And she can go on happily thinking that Christine is her daughter, and we can go on happily with our endless supply of gold.
It's not an endless supply, eh, Gabrielle?
There's enough to make me as rich as, say, Viki Buchanan, isn't there?
Mm-hmm, and then some.
All right, then. I think my palm is getting itchy.
Well, just relax, because we may not find the gold if Lysander doesn't cooperate and restore Viki's memory or bring Nikki Smith back.
Well, here's to Lysander and Viki and Nikki and whoever else can help our dream come true.
You said it.
Oh, hey, Max, thanks for stopping by.
So what's going on? Ursula escaped from prison or something?
No, as a matter of fact, I just talked to Rafe a little while ago. He said that she's locked up tight, safe and sound. She's going to be just fine for a long time. Actually, it was because of Ursula that I called you over here. We're doing this feature article here at the Banner about Ursula and her capture and everything, and I thought if you had some free time, maybe you could head over to Stonecrest with me and point out where some of the action took place. I can get some shots. Come on over here, let me get the camera. I thought it would be nice if maybe you could give me a little inside scoop to what happened, and I could relay it over to one of the reporters and get a great story.
Don't make me out to be a hero, okay? As a matter of fact, I would appreciate your leaving me out of the article completely.
Well, I don't know that Viki would go for anything like that. Listen, Max, I was under the impression that you were real happy that Ursula was caught.
I am. But it's over. I want to forget it now.
Listen, Max, it may take a long time, excuse me, pardon me, to get over all this. I'm telling you, when my mama died, it took a long time for the pain and the guilt to come out because she and I weren't getting along very well. And she died either, remember?
You consider leaving Llanview to help get over it?
See, I got a lot of friends here. All the people who love me, they're right here, and they really helped me when I needed them. Max, you got a lot of people here who are willing to help you.
But you and I are different. I don't want to live here anymore. I heard our old ranch is for sale. I'm thinking about buying it, making a go of it. Steve would be proud of me.
Son?
No, why do you say that? I didn't mention Al.
I know, but you've been on the phone for a while.
Yes, I was speaking to the contractor at the hotel.
You called the hotel from here?
Yes, I wanted to keep an eye on the renovations. If you want things to stay on schedule, you have to stay on top of them.
Well, maybe the career woman could relax and have another drink?
Yeah, I don't think I should have too much more. Tomorrow, I have to listen to Tina's outrageous ideas of how to decorate the hotel, so I could have my wits about me.
Wouldn't you be surprised if she came up with some wonderfully tasteful suggestions?
Tina coming up with a wonderful, tasteful suggestion? That would knock me out. Have you seen the way she dresses? It's probably the way she wants the hotel to look.
Well, if we're successful with Lysander, you won't have to worry about Tina.
If? Michael, I'm surprised at you. It's when we're successful.
Oh, of course. And when we have the gold, you'll just waltz out and buy your own hotel anywhere in the world, won't you?
Oh, maybe I will. Don't look now. It's somebody you'll never believe who just walked in. Don't look.
What the hell is it?
It's Viki and Clint. What are they doing here?
Looks like they're going backstage.
Why? What does Viki want with Lysander?
I'm sure she has a lot of questions to ask him. I should have known that she'd be just as interested in him as I am.
Well, you should stop her.
It's too late now.
I told you we should have gone back there the moment we got here. They could destroy any chance we have of getting him to help us. Come on, we're leaving.
Sit down, Gabrielle.
Why? This is ridiculous. They're going to come up with all sorts of questions that we won't be able to answer.
If we run now, panic, we may not find Lysander again. Just give me a minute to think.
Well, hurry up, all right?
Hey,
Clint and Viki, if they start to get suspicious, then we can say goodbye to Eterna and the gold and our future.
Come in.
Hello again.
Oh, dear.
How
I knew that eventually you would catch up with me.
Maybe you shouldn't advertise.
Unlike you, Mr. Buchanan, I work for a living. But I have nothing to fear. There's no reason for me to hide. I've committed no crime.
Mr. Clair, look, we didn't come here to threaten or to argue with you. I have no interest in pressing charges against you.
You will allow that honor to your husband, no doubt.
No. My only reason for coming here is I am desperate to regain my memory. You're the only person who can help me.
As I told you before...
I know. You don't want to break your promise to my father. I'm not asking you to break your promise. You see, since we last saw each other, I have learned a good deal more than just the fact that I have a child. I know that year was my very first episode as Nicky Smith. I've also managed to find my daughter.
You've met your daughter?
Yes. I have met my daughter. I've also met her father, Nicky Smith's lover. And he's filled me in on most of the year that Nicky Smith spent in New York. But what I still do not know is why I became Nicky Smith in the first place. Something terrible must have happened to me to have caused that.
I'm afraid I can't help you, Mrs. Buchanan.
But you must help me. Look, you must know everything that you erased from my memory. You don't have to hypnotize me. Just tell me what caused me to become Nicky Smith, please.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Mr. Clair, the lady needs a simple favor. Now, if you want to negotiate some cash in return for your help, well, that can be arranged.
I do not want your money, Mr. Buchanan, and believe me, I do not have the answers to your wife's questions.
But my father must have told you everything he wanted erased.
All he told me is he wanted to have those memories erased from your mind like chalk off a blackboard. That's what I did. And substituted memories that he invented. What the original ones were, I have no idea. I'm truly sorry. I really can't help you.
Yes, you can help me. Those memories were not erased permanently. You merely buried them in my subconscious, right? Well, hypnotize me again, and that will force me to remember them.
Mrs. Buchanan, what you're asking is absolutely impossible.
No, it is not impossible. If you could bury the memories, then you can certainly bring them back again. Please, I beg of you, please.
Thought you were working at Angelberger today.
Ray gave me the day off.
I wish I'd known that. We could have spent some time together. Well, what about getting a bite to eat before I have to go back up on the mountain?
Okay, if you'll do something for me first.
You know, I'll do whatever you ask me as long as it's humanly possible.
Great. Dad, go public with your benefactor. Have him explain why he's funding the dig and why he believes that you're going to find the Franklin papers. And get Roger Gordon to apologize for that attack on you.
Honey, what Roger Gordon writes about me doesn't matter.
He's destroying your reputation. You can't let him do this. You have to defend yourself.
Darling, my benefactor and I have a contract. The deal is I leave his name out of it. If he cancels the dig, I'll lose everything.
Tell me who he is. I'll call him. I'll tell him how important this is to me. He'll probably call Clint right away.
When I find the Franklin papers, that's when Roger Gordon will get his comeuppance.
And suppose you don't find the Franklin papers?
Well, I've already found some documents that I'm sure have Benjamin Franklin's handwriting on them. They're going to be examined by some experts who will send their report to Mr. Gordon, and then I will ask him for a retraction. But I don't want to think about him. I want to think about the project. Darling, this is our big chance, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything blow it for us. Now, I really should get back up to the dig site. Why don't we have a long, leisurely breakfast in the morning, okay?
Dad, why won't you tell me who this man is?
I just told you, darling, I can't. You get some rest and stop worrying about my benefactor and Roger Gordon. I'll give you a shout bright and early in the morning, okay?
Right. Okay. I'll find out who your benefactor is myself.
It is not impossible. You hypnotized me before and forced me to remember having a child. Surely you can resurrect all those other secrets buried in my subconscious.
My intention was to bury those memories even deeper. I made a serious mistake, and I truly apologize for causing you such anguish.
You can put an end to that anguish. Return that year to me. Let me deal with it and get on with my life.
I made a pledge to your father, and I'm not about to break it now.
All right, now just a minute. Listen to me, you weasel. I also made a pledge to my wife that I wouldn't fight with you, but I'm just about to break it. Now, you've hidden behind Victor Lord long enough. The man is dead. His daughter happens to be alive and she needs your help, and you are going to give it to her.
Honey, please.
I gave my word. I've kept it for many years, and I'm not about to break it now, despite your threats. I'm truly sorry. There's nothing I can do to help you. And if you'll forgive me, my audience is waiting. The show must go on.
I say we have him arrested. We have him arrested. Maybe that'll change his
honey,
tune.
No. The more we antagonize him, the more he's going to dig his heels in. No, there's got to be a way to convince him to help me. Why does he feel such loyalty to my father?
Maybe your father paid him some big bucks.
No, well, we've offered him money, which he has refused. Why? Is it loyalty, or is it because he knows something about me that he thinks I can't handle?
Honey, I don't know. But I don't think we're going to find the answers here. Now, why don't we go get some dinner someplace and get back to Llanview?
No, let's stay and see the show.
Viki, the more you see him, the more upset you're going to get.
No. If Lysander Clair sees me out in the audience, he's going to realize that I'm not giving up on him. Maybe he'll change his mind and help me.
You got a better chance of winning the lottery.
Well, it's a chance worth taking.
It is crazy for us to stay here. Clint and Viki are bound to spot us.
I have a gut feeling this is going to work out just fine. Trust me.
I'm trying.
Look, I'm sure that we can take advantage of this situation, so my advice is to stay calm and be ready for an opportunity to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to welcome back to the Magic Lantern the spellbinding hypnotist, master of magic and illusion, Lysander Clair.
Thank you for your warm welcome. Indeed, it is a pleasure to be back in this wonderful club. Now, if I can have your... Thank you. If I can have your undivided attention, I will endeavor to entertain you, mystify you, perhaps even amaze you. Here I have a cylinder. Quite empty. I can see you. Yes, I can see you. There we are. Straight from the garden path. And now, if you will observe my hands, there's nothing in my hands, nothing up my sleeve. And then I will produce from inside
Gabrielle doing here?
something that goes...
I don't know, maybe they're mad.
You don't suppose they're friends of Lysander's?
Sweetheart, at this point, anything is possible.
I hope that includes regaining my memory.
Listen, if we talk to Lysander after the show and he still doesn't help, let's pack that year away and just concentrate on getting acquainted with your new daughter.
You know, when Steve first came to town, he told me how he didn't think anyone could make that ranch work, Max. I mean, that's just what he told me.
I never tried. Maybe I'll succeed.
Seems to me like you got a lot of roots right here in town.
What about Steve's memory? Isn't it worth going back to honor him to make everything right?
Max, it's not going to change anything. You going down to Texas, killing yourself on some ranch that may never make it, is not going to bring your brother back.
I know that. I don't know, I just feel that I've come to the end of the line here.
What about your son, Max? You just split. You take off. What's going to happen to him? You're going to leave him with Gabrielle. Who's going to make sure that she's doing right by him?
Maybe I'll take him with me. I mean, she's so busy building her empire, I doubt she'd even notice he's gone or care. Maybe I'll wait till I got the ranch going and come back and sue for custody. That's something I got to work out.
out. What about Megan? I mean, I was under the impression the two of you had something serious going on. Is she gonna give up everything and go live on some ranch down in Texas?
I haven't asked her.
Well, if you did, and she said yes, then what?
I haven't thought of that.
Listen, Max, you can tell me to butt out here and mind my own business if you want to, but it seems like you haven't really thought about a whole lot of this. Maybe the best thing you can do right now is take some time and think about it. Think about what you want to do with your life and how it's going to affect all the people you love. I mean, honoring your brother's memory and going down to Texas and doing a ranch, that is a very noble thing. But is it the right thing for you?
Dad, please don't be hiding anything from me. He's not lying to me. He said he'd never lie to me again. This is Dad. Who's the woman in the hospital bed holding the baby? This is not Viki. Wilmington General Hospital, June 1963. Emily, Leo, and Christine on the happiest day of our lives. Viki's my mother, then who is this woman holding the baby?
Yeah. Well, how are we going to explain our presence to Clint and Viki? They're going to come over to the table right after the show.
Just tell them you're here looking for a new act for the club you're opening up in the hotel. Invite them to join us at some little club down in the village that features a new singer.
And what if they accept?
And we'll find a little club in the village that features some new singer.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. And now, to do something entirely different, is there somebody in the audience who would dare to be hypnotized? Now, I swear to you that I have never put anyone in a trance that I could not break. Furthermore, I swear to you I'll never let the person say, do, or reveal anything that he wouldn't reveal in his conscious life. Now, is there anybody in the audience who dares to reveal his past?
I'll volunteer.
I would prefer a gentleman.
You said anyone.
Go and sit down.
Why, is this a setup, Mr. Clair? Why, do you have a plant in the audience? Is that why you don't want me to participate?
No, of course not.
Fine, then prove it to the audience by using me as your subject. Don't we all want the man to accept my challenge and prove he's not a fake?
You are ruining my reputation.
Not if you hypnotize me, I'm not. All right, I suppose Mr. Clair's plant better come up on the stage right now then, all right?
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please all be quiet while I put this subject into a trance? You are playing a very dangerous game, Mrs. Buchanan. I will not be responsible for what happens.
I'll take full responsibility.
Very well. Sit down. Keep your eyes on this object and concentrate on my voice. Block everything else from your mind. You are beginning to fall asleep. Your eyes are getting very droopy. It is hard to keep them open. Your body is relaxing. That's right. Your body is relaxing. You're beginning to fall asleep. Your eyes are closing. You're falling into a deep,
You're right
deep
about things falling into
sleep.
place. I can't believe our luck, Michael. This is going to be easier than I'd ever dreamed.
Relax. Sleep.